I'll share something that probably not a lot of people know. I use AI a lot. I'm a big fan. So I see some practices, they're very successful. The staff seem really happy, engaged. And then I see other practices where the staff are kind of doing their own thing, not as invested in the practice. I think it's really important to find your passion.
This is Optometrists Building Empires, and I'm your host, Ankit Patel. Each week, we'll explore the journey of practice ownership and leadership in optometry. Join us for insights and strategies from the top minds in our field. This show is sponsored by My Business Care Team. My Business Care Team helps your office increase revenues, reduce costs, and reduce staffing headaches. Let's build your empire together. Today's guest is someone I can't wait to introduce to you. Dr. Melissa Barnett is a world-renowned key opinion leader recognized for her expertise in dry eye disease, specialty and scleral lenses, keratoconus, and presbyopia. She has authored more than 300 articles and books, delivered over 500 lectures, and is a board member and founding member of Intrepid Eye Society and serves on several industry boards. Dr. Barnett is the author and editor of Specialty Contact Lenses and Contemporary Scleral Lenses, Theory and Application, which features insights and contributions from leading international experts. Her work has been featured in medical journals, professional magazines, as well as consumer publications such as the Washington Post, Bloomberg, Prevention Magazine, and Good Housekeeping. Dr. Barnett is an associate certified coach, ACC, credentialed by the International Coaching Federation, or IFC. She specializes in mindful leadership, wellness, and public speaking, empowering individuals to become their best selves in both their personal and professional lives. She's energized by her passion for helping people improve their lives by optimizing their vision, health, and wellness with a customized approach. Dr. Barnett is proud of being awarded several awards, including this year's Game Changer Award from Eye Care Business, as well as being awarded the Legends Award from AOA CLCS, the Scleral Lens Practitioner of the Year from the Scleral Lens Education Society, the inaugural VIA Award for Excellence for Mentoring by Women Optometry, and was granted the Most Influential Woman in Optical from Vision Monday. Dr. Barnett is a host of Clearly KC and Starting Strong podcast. She advocates for elevating eye care through technology and her influence on the profession. Dr. Barnett, welcome.
Oh, thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to be here today.
Yeah, you've got quite an accomplished background. And, I love to ask this question. What was the most important thing that helped you build your empire?
Well, that's a great question. I see you ask that on every podcast. So I think for me, it's really the power of connection. And my why is elevating others through the power of connection. And it's been really wonderful to combine coaching and integrating it into eye care and helping people really see more clearly, not just their vision, but see what they want their lives to look like, how they want to live intentionally, and helping people live to their highest potential. So helping people in their vision, in their lives, changing their mindset, really finding purpose and helping with growth. So it's incredible. We have the best people, I will say, in eye care. And it is such a gift to be able to partner with everyone in order to help everyone live their best lives. I love it.
Give me a concrete example of how that way of thinking led to your success.
Yes, this is such a great question, right? So practicing eye care 25 years, I've had the great opportunity to lecture internationally, to teach, especially in all these areas of my passion, and then really have been able to mentor for the last 25 years. And that mentorship led me to coaching. And so it's this beautiful path where I think we just have this wonderful community, and being able to be in our community, to be still in practicing, seeing patients, and also to bring this shift of how we can do things maybe a little bit better just in practice, how we can, for an example, include our staff in our practices. How can we empower our staff to make our day-to-day better? We have great staff. I'm a huge fan of empowering staff. Staff is amazing. And bringing that into a practice, another example would be how to talk about contact lenses or how to talk about dry eye or presbyopia. And a lot of us in eye care, we're natural coaches because we're in the room, we're explaining things to our patients, we're helping them on a day to day basis. And sometimes we ourselves just need a little bit of help too to make things better, smoother, easier, both at work and in our personal lives.
Yeah. And, when we talk about building an empire, a lot of times we think, oh, I had to have like 20 practices, but you went down deep into expertise, publications, coaching. Um, Tell me what motivated that? Why that path?
I think I'm a lifelong learner.
Yeah.
I am continuously learning, and that's what I love about everything I'm doing. I continuously learn in eye care, and now I'm continuously learning in coaching. And what I'm doing is taking these learnings and sharing with everyone because can all help each other. We can all help each other lift each other up through learning. And so one area that I love so much is scleral lenses, the whole category, the ability to change people's lives with this technology. And I'm really proud to see the growth in this category and to see others and what they're doing and how it's growing globally to help people. It's amazing.
Yeah, and so as you started branching out into, doing speaking, writing, coaching, what's something that you ran into that was like, "Oh, wow, I didn't expect to run into that?" It could've been something great, could've been something like, "Oh, man, that was unexpected, that was bad." What's something you ran into that was unexpected?
Well, I'll share something that probably not a lot of people know. In that I was a very shy child, like, really shy, really, really shy. Like, I'm a natural introvert, but I was so shy that it was hard for me to talk to people, to have conversations. I never ever thought that I would be lecturing to thousands of people and think it's so much fun, and I do. I love it. I think it's so fun. And so I think that that is something and I will thank all the speaker trainings I've had over the last 25 years. I learned from every single one. I've done a lot of media, TV, and things like that too. That also helped with the speaking. But going from a really shy child in order to lecture to thousands of people and love it has been completely transformative. And it's that continuous learning. And it gives me the really confidence that anyone can do it. If I
Yeah.
could do that, anyone can do it if you want.
So if someone wanted to follow the path, they say they're a lifelong learner like you, who wants to maybe get a publication or speak.
Mhm.
What are some of the tactical things that you find to get started, and what are some of the things that they may need to know that they may not expect? So, hey, you may have to reach out something as simple as hey, you may have to reach out to 20 people before you get one speaking arrangement, or something like that, right? What are some of the things that you would give to a new person trying to get into speaking or writing?
Right. Let's go with writing since I just spoke about speaking. And one thing is finding a mentor. There are a lot
Mm,
of great mentorship programs out there with different organizations. You can also find a professional life coach who can help you with the process because I believe that everyone has it in them what they want to say publish on. It might be something like binocular vision or might be retina or glaucoma and it's some specific aspect. So having someone to help who's done that before is really beneficial.
gotcha. I like that actually. That's it's common advice we get. It's like, hey, have others around you, build that community. Um, And so you do a lot of coaching. What kind of coaching do you do for folks? Like, what do you typically see? Is it specifically like, hey, I want to get into scleral lenses? If I'm not a doctor, but if I wanted to get into scleral lenses, I would call you and help me with that. Or is it around mentality, around business? What kind of coaching do you do?
Yes. Well, I teach a lot on scleral lenses and happy to help on that, but I really do mostly focus on mindful leadership. So that is finding your own leadership, your confidence within yourself in order to lead. And that is both personal and professional. So business coaching and professional and personal coaching as well. Wellness, everyone, I believe, needs wellness. So that focuses on things like mindfulness and meditation and intentional living. And my third focus is on public speaking. So, how to speak, how to get into it. But I've also helped a lot of people build confidence, shift mindset, create a lecture from start to finish, and
Yeah.
actually present that lecture. And most of my clients right now happen to be people who are in eye care.
Nice.
Yes.
And now that so you're coaching, you look at the mindfulness. We've hit on this theme of staffing,
Mhm.
and that's a big challenge that a lot of folks are facing right now is staffing, staff shortages, or just can't find enough people. Uh, how do you see people dealing with that throughout the country? Because you see a lot of folks with your coaching practice.
Yes, I think different practices, I it's so different across the
Yeah,
board. So I see some practices, they're very successful. The staff seem really happy, engaged. Staff retention is huge. As you mentioned, that's so important. And then I see other practices where the staff are kind of doing their own thing, not as invested in the practice. And I really believe that the why of the practice is also important. So, not just the personal why, but the practice why. And doing an exercise such as Clifton Strengths or Strength Finders, getting everyone's strengths and how everyone can work together. Because everyone in the practice has different strengths. Doctors have different strengths, staff have different strengths. But if we can all support each other and build on these strengths, I see that to be very successful. And also to have fun. It's okay to have fun. Like, it's great to have fun. And the successful practices I see are just having a lot of fun, like celebrating birthdays, having asking about families. How are your kids doing? What did you do over the weekend? Like the simple things and adding an element of fun leads to a very successful practice.
I like that. That's awesome. What is it that what do you see as some of the challenges on the horizon for the industry for optometry? And I'll ask the flip side of that, but let's start with the challenges that you're seeing because you have such a unique perspective on it.
Yes. Oh, so many challenges. Burnout being one of the challenges. So 67% of eye care providers can be burned out. And that it leads to a lot of other things that are causing the burnout. Electronic health records, demands, all the extra demands, not just patient care, prior authorizations, writing letters, interpreting different test results, staff hiring and firing. The list goes on and on and on. So it's a challenging time. However, on the flip side of that, looking at the positives, we do have technology now. We do have technology that can help us. We have different ways of doing things, and we learned some of this from the pandemic where we had to do things in different ways. But we have different ways and new technologies, and it's a super exciting time in eye care because there's so much innovation right now. So it's really adopting the innovation, bringing it into the practice, and there's a lot of opportunity.
As far as your with some of the challenges you're seeing, what are some of the things that you help? Like, I'm sure a lot of folks listening right now are combating burnout themselves. What are some of the things I'm sure your coaching practice helps with that? What are some things that you would tell some of your coaching clients to help with that burnout?
Right. So some things that are really helpful are mindfulness. So, for
Yeah.
example, going outside, taking a walk, looking at the trees, taking a deep breath, breathing is another one. Meditation is very helpful. It could be 5 minutes, it could be 1 minute. Journaling, some people like journaling, either writing things down or audio journaling. Having a conversation, actually scheduling conversations. Exercise is really powerful. Being outside in the sun, even if it's raining or being outside, I'd say, is quite helpful. And community. So as we started our conversation, going back to the power of community. So having a community, whether that's a personal community, a professional community, like an organization, and then always giving back. So volunteering and giving back, whether that's locally or traveling. We have great opportunities in eye care to do eye exams and to help other people.
Yeah, I like that. And as far as some of the things you mentioned, some of the things that you think are exciting. What are some of the things you're most excited about for the optometry in general? Like, what are some other things that you think are like, this is going to be really cool seeing coming down the pipeline?
Uh, so much exciting stuff. So in keratoconus, epithelium on cross-linking is super exciting. In specialty contact lenses, we just have so much great technology. I will say in contact lenses in general, we have great new soft contact lens options. We have a lot of multifocal options. Of course, we can't forget presbyopia with the pharmaceutical options, super exciting. And it's just wonderful to be able to be creative and innovative to help our patients. And then I didn't even talk about all the other diagnostic technologies. Like, we can go on. How much time do we have? Do we have, like, 5 hours? Like, it's such an exciting time. We didn't even talk about dry eye. Like, there's so many new things that can help our patients as far as dry eye. Like, the list goes on and on. It's such an exciting time.
Yeah, I think it marries really well with the already existing scope in a lot of states. So yeah, I agree. It is pretty from a business perspective. How my wife managed her practices. It's definitely exciting to see all the scope expansion that she
Yes,
can do. So,
that's for sure.
yeah, as long as I think it's interesting because I'm seeing the lifelong learner in you. I see the doctors who are the lifelong learners are the ones that are able to adapt the fastest.
Yes.
Is that what you see as well in your coaching clients?
Yes, for
Yeah.
sure.
So how does someone, is that something that we can develop? Is that come naturally? What do you see? How do you, if a doctor is listening to this and wants to be more of a learner to stay on top of things, to see what's opportunities are out there, how would you guide them in that process?
Yes, well, feel free to reach out to me anytime. But there are great ways to learn. Actually, last month, Paul Karpecki and I published how to look at studies. This was in The Ophthalmologist, and that's helpful for everyone to look at, well, how do I actually look at studies and what should I be looking at when reading studies? But as far as learning, pick what you're passionate about. There's so many great things in eye care to be passionate about. And one thing that helped me years ago too is that if I had a patient and I wanted to learn more about that patient, I'd look it up. And that was really helpful. So it could be any topic. And I do that now too. Oh, that's a interesting. That's something new. What is the
Mhm.
latest thinking on this topic? I will look it up. And I find now with technology, I'm sharing this information with my patients. Some of them are really interested in studies. They want to learn more. And patients are excited when they get more information as well.
Yeah, I love that. And it's interesting. I imagine it's even easier now with AI. You can probably just plug it in. Now, obviously, you got to with caveats. That's not always accurate. But I use it a lot just to at least do an initial pass to learn things. Do you find that helpful too, or do you not recommend that just
You
yet?
know, I use AI a lot. I'm a big fan. And when it comes to some things, yes, it's correct. And then some things, and I'm really thinking about studies here, it's
Yeah.
not quite right. And so I do actually like to go back to the study and look it up. But for example, if someone's interested in scleral lenses, there's a monthly column on scleral lenses with all the latest studies. So finding the resources, there's a lot out there where you don't have to read the whole study. You could read a synopsis, or there are even podcasts now about different studies and learnings. So there's a lot of opportunity out there.
Yeah, I love that, and then, the studies piece is always fun and interesting, and it's technical. You're right. It's AI doesn't do a good job usually of parsing that. Um, yeah, especially I've noticed that if there's a lot of data or opinions from other people, it'll take the opinions versus the actual data. I was like, wait, that's not what the study says. It's like, that's just what, what's on the internet about the data. So yeah,
Yeah, and
it's,
there have been some great studies looking at AI, looking at studies now, so there've
yeah,
been some good publications lately too.
cool. So I want to change gears just a little bit. I'd like to know what makes Melissa tick. Can you share with us a story that was formative for you? It's a story that, like, it could have been when you're younger or older. It could have been more recent. It's something that says, like, oh, you know what, that experience stuck with me and it kind of made me who I am today.
Wow, that's a good question. I'm gonna say my kids. Yeah, my kids. So I have 2 boys, they're 17 and almost 19, and they have definitely shaped who I am. I
Sure.
could not imagine my life without them. They are amazing kids. One is in college, one is in high school. They play water polo. I'm oftentimes at a pool cheering them
Okay.
on, and I just love all the I've learned a lot. They've taught me a lot over the years and taught me the importance of gratitude, the importance of kindness, the importance of being present. That is huge. So I think my kids really transformed my life and continue
S-
to, and keep me
Yeah.
exciting. That keeps
I,
me it keeps me on my toes too.
it's definitely a forcing function. You will not like, once we had kids, I'm sure everyone who has kids experienced this. It's like, I didn't realize how much free time I had. I was like, wow. I was like, man, where did all that time go? But yeah, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. And knowing what you know now, what advice would you give to your younger self coming right out of OD school? Yeah.
So much advice. So I would I think it's really important to find your passion, and that can change over time. So whatever you're passionate about in optometry, really dive into that fully. So, for example, if it's scleral lenses, join the Scleral Lens Society and get involved. I would also encourage you to join your local society and get involved. Volunteer to be on the board. It's great to be able to meet other people, to get different perspectives, and have that local community, and then expand to the national community and go to conferences, talk to people, actually have the conversations. That is
Mm,
so beneficial. The in-person conferences are so beneficial for learnings outside of the lectures. The lectures are great, but also the additional conversations are really helpful. And then know your resources, know what's out there. There's a lot out there. So, say you're interested in the latest publications, find the journal that is specific or journals that are specific to your areas, and also form a peer support group. So those around you that you can bounce ideas off of. And this is something I do to this day. I have a wonderful, huge support group now. And we all support each other and lift each other up. So just know that eye care has the best people. Everyone is very helpful and reaching out to people. If you're at a lecture, ask the person that's lecturing, have a conversation, and you'll never know where it's going to take you. It's everyone's here to help.
I love that. Tell me a little about your support group or whatever you can share. Like, how'd you put it together? How many people? How does it work?
Yeah, so mine is not as formal as like a private practice support group where everyone gets together and have really focused conversations. But I find I have different groups. So I'm a member of the Intrepid Eye Society. We're a tight-knit family, I would say, of those who are just the best of the best in eye care. And so we're continuously talking to each other, and we have a daily chat where we're talking all the time. And these are really people that I go to. And then I have my dry eye friends and colleagues, and then I have my specialty lens friends and colleagues. And then I do say that everyone in the eye care space as well, not just doctors, but I have many colleagues who are not doctors, but we also talk often and help each other in certain ways. So
Hmm.
everyone is amazing. And really, people are so generous with their time, with their knowledge. And for the new grad, getting out there and asking people and making these connections is a great way to start.
I love that. And it's not like you have to have one group to rule them all, right? Like I love this different groups for different interests.
Yeah.
And that's really cool perspective. I haven't heard that one said too much in the calls. So
Oh, and I can't forget one more group because this
yeah,
is very important. But those of us who lecture a lot, we see each other more than we see our friends at home. And so, no, this is sometimes a little scary, but honest. And so I would say that this is also a very supportive group,
the lecturing circuit. I like
election
that.
circuit group. Yeah.
Awesome. And so if Melissa, if people wanted to reach out to you and connect with you, where can they find you?
Sure. So you can find me on any of the social channels on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. You can message me at alpinebluecoaching.info. You can look for Alpine Blue Coaching. And I look forward to seeing you and hearing from you.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you again for being a guest, Dr. Barnett.
Oh, thank you so much. I really enjoyed the
Thanks.
conversation.
And I took a few things. I like to kind of summarize what I've learned so far. Um, you have what I'm seeing is a theme of empathy, connection, and curiosity. Kind of those three themes in your story. How you even said yourself you're introverted first, but because of your curiosity and your empathy, kind of drove you to these areas you never expected, like speaking, communicating, being on national television. I'm guessing at some point,
Yeah.
yeah, national publications, which is really hard for an introvert. Speaking from a fellow introvert, so that's amazing. And that connection that you're looking for people and being curious about like, oh, I wonder what about this? What about that? Because you care about your patients and the people you're around. And that's sort of the theme that resonates from your story. And I really appreciate you sharing that and how it starts with the connection and caring and empathy and not necessarily the end result of quote unquote building an empire. But it sort of formed into that for you as you grew.
Yes,
So
thank you. And that is very true.
yeah. And thank you, audience. If you learned, laughed, or enjoy the podcast, please share it with a friend. And make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss an episode. And if you use the HubSpot link in the notes to book a meeting, I'll send you a free copy of my book, Optometry Redefined. Thank you again, Dr. Barnett. This has been another exciting episode of Optometrists Building Empires, and we'll see you next time. That's a wrap on another episode of Optometrists Building Empires. Thanks for joining. For show notes and more, visit buildingempires.live. This show is proudly sponsored by My Business Care Team. My Business Care Team was born out of staffing challenges my wife and I faced together, managing multiple optometry locations. We refined our approach at Classic Vision Care and now offer our expertise to others. If you're experiencing challenges with staffing and you'd like to set up a discovery call, we'd be happy to help you and connect you with the right resources. We'll see you next time.